Hello, everyone, and welcome to the special presentation this week entitled The Key to Navigating Market Trends. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest, and it's my pleasure to bring this presentation to you this evening. So, trends. What is a trend? What is a market trend? Well, a market trend really tends to show which direction the market is going, which way it's trending, up, down, neutral, those kinds of things. So the key to navigating these trends is being able to have a tool to be able to notice and identify trends. Let's move on. And the next slide shows, how do you navigate market trends? Well, that's the question. Well, with us, with VectorVest, you need powerful indicators. We have them. Market timing. From a market timing perspective, we can track and monitor when a trend begins, when a trend ends, and back and forth to be able to keep you on the right side of the market. Now, many of you, all of you primarily should know that from timing the market with VectorVest, we don't predict which way the market is going. We follow the trend of the market to keep you on the right side of the market. Know what the indicators mean. They all have a purpose. And today we're going to cover one of the market trends, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I think we're going to start a series on different types of market timing, depending on how you invest in the market, and that's the purpose. Understanding how to use them. I get questions a lot, well, why did this trend or why did this indicator get us in and get us out so fast? Well, the indicators, the trending indicators, the market timing does exactly what it's supposed to do. But when you combine them with understanding other things that go along in the market, you stay on the right side of the market, but I'm going to show you how to use them as well. And following the guidance. Everybody here should be watching the Daily Color Guard report every night. And if you are not, you are missing out on the ability to stay in line with what's going on in the market. We give guidance every night, depending on if you're a prudent investor or an aggressive investor, to always prepare you for the next day. And the Daily Color Guard plays a vital role in that. And if you're, again, not watching it, you need to. So, primary wave is what we're going to talk about tonight. From a market timing perspective, it's one of the fastest indicators that we have. It lets us know what's going on in the move of the market week over week. Is the market higher than it was last week or lower than it was last week? It is an aggressive indicator, and it's not for everyone. A lot of people try to use that primary wave, and it's not conducive to how you invest in the market. So then you need to think about the other indicators or the other market timing that we have. And again, we help everybody, no matter how you invest in the market, to find the right market timing call for you. And again, for the guidance, the Daily Color Guard report, looking at the color guard, what's the primary color in the color guard at any given time, and that gives you guidance. Is there a lot of red in the market? Well, we know we have a propensity of the market to move lower. Is there a lot of yellow? Well, then that means you manage the stocks that you have in your portfolio, and it is a time for being very cautious in the market. And of course, a lot of green means the market is moving up. But that guidance that we give every night in the Daily Color Guard is guidance for the next day. All right, now those are all the proponents of what I'm looking for. Now the next thing I want to do is actually get into the software and take a look. So we can see that today, as I'm recording, all of the major indices are up today. But let's start off by looking at the color guard. What's the primary color you see? Yellow. What does that mean? Caution, guidance. There it is. Whether it's the Color Guard or the Daily Color Guard report, we give you the guidance. VectorVest advocates caution when buying at this time. And a lot of people will sit back and go, well, the market's going up today, so what should I do? Well, if you're a little bit more aggressive, you take what the market gives you. Today, the market is moving up. But what's the primary color again? Yellow. We can clearly see here in the color guard, we track the price movement of the VectorVest composite. The relative timing lets us know if the market's in an uptrend or not. The buy to sell ratio shows me if more stocks are becoming buy recommendations in the market if there's a rally. You notice that with all of the yellow, the RT and the buy to sell ratio are higher on a day over day basis and higher on a week over week basis. But But why are they not green? Because we slow you down. These indicators have to be above the value of 1 to turn green. That really slows down and keeps you patient without just knee-jerk reactionary to just what the market is doing today. So again, today we will cover the primary wave, which is found in the trend column in the first 2 letters. So we can see over the last 4 trading days, the primary wave is up. But you'll notice one day the market's up, one day the market's down. So how do you use the primary wave in the current market's conditions? Well, first, let's find out what the primary wave has done, and let's see how we can use it right now. I'm going to go to the Graphs tab. From the Graphs tab, I'm going to change from a stock graph to a market timing graph. From here, I'm looking at a 1-year look-back period of the VectorVest composite. We can see clearly over the last year, we're moving higher from the bottom left to the top right, but we've had a lot of moves to the upside, to the downside, moving sideways, and that's where knowing how to use the indicator of the primary wave comes into place. Let's take off the buy to sell ratio. Let's take off the RT. Now, we're going to talk about 2 trends here. First is the primary wave, which simply looks at the week-over-week movement of the VectorVest composite. Nothing more, nothing less. It is very, very simple. But I'm going to tie it into the underlying trend of the market, also known as the MTI or market timing indicator. As I denoted on the color guard, the market timing indicator looks at 3 indicators: the price movement of the VectorVest composite, the RT, and the buy to sell ratio. So it will slow you down just a little bit to keep you from just reacting. All right. Now I'm going to put on the primary wave on a 1-year graph. I'll go down to where it says confirm calls. I will click on primary wave. Bam! There's a lot of arrows, but remember, it is the fastest, most aggressive timing signal that we have. So this will not only give you up calls and down calls, but it will give it to you very quickly. I like to say that the primary wave will help you to find all of the bumps and wiggles in the market. Maybe I don't want all the bumps and wiggles. Maybe I just want all the bumps or all of the wiggles, but not them both. Well, we'll get to that when we talk about some of the other market timing indicators that we have. I am going to move us over. Let's move this in a little bit more than that. So primary wave simply looks at the price movement of the VectorVest composite on a week-over-week basis. Let me move this out just a little bit more, and let's go here. Primary wave is up. All right, primary wave is up, put on the date line, and it's a down day. But if we count back 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the price of the composite 5 days ago closed at $56.21. On the day that we got the primary wave up, it was at $56.37. So the primary wave was up. The market was higher on a week-over-week basis. Now, let's tie that into the underlying trend of the market. Are we in an uptrend on the primary wave and the underlying trend of the market is down? Clearly here we are below the value of 1, so the underlying trend of the market is down. The propensity is that the market should continue moving lower even though we've got a primary wave up, because the market moved higher on a week-over-week basis, but the underlying trend of the market is down. So we went up a little bit, but what did we do? We fell even lower than that primary wave. We got the down call. We were lower on a week-over-week basis if you count back to 5 days. And then we went down. We got a primary wave up. Again, a fast signal will generate more calls. But still, what's going on? We got a primary wave up. Underlying trend of the market is down. What did we actually do from that point? We sort of kind of moved sideways until finally we found a low. And from this point, we got a primary wave up. Look at that. Look at what's happening in the underlying trend of the market. It's moving higher. This is giving me some information that possibly we should be turning higher as the underlying trend of the market is increasing. So within this primary wave call, bam, we got the MTI, or market timing indicator, now in the positive. Now we're in a week over week or primary wave up in an uptrending underlying trend of the market, or the MTI, moving higher. What did the market do? We actually started moving higher. Now, even though the primary wave was up, the underlying trend of the market was up, this will happen. The primary wave turned down. Why? Because week over week, the price of the composite finished lower. But where were we? We were still in an underlying trend of the market up. We fell. All right. We never actually fell below. Look at that. We did. We went to 0.99. From this point here, you say, all right, this primary wave is down. The market should continue to move lower. Well, what did the market do the next day? It went up some more. It did. And the trend, underlying trend of the market, moved higher. As you watch these calls, whether it's an up call or a down call, match it up with the underlying trend of the market, you will have some more guidance. And watch the views every night, because we'll give you the guidance of what to do the next day. But we want to look for a week over week movement of the VectorVest composite to give us a primary wave up. But we also want to concentrate on what's going on with the underlying trend of the market. You put those two together, and the propensity of the market is to continue to move higher. Primary wave down. Price of the composite was lower than it was 5 weeks ago, but what was the underlying trend? Still up. All right, and keep doing that over and over and over. Primary wave up. The underlying trend in the market was moving higher. Folks, you'll see this time and time and time again. That's how you put the two together to give you the understanding of which direction the market should continue to move. Now, keep in mind, all of these calls, whether up or down, could be what's going on in the market. News, the Fed, the inflation, all of those things will play a role overall. This is how you navigate the trend using the power of the VectorVest indicators. Knowing that on this graph, we finally hit a high. All right, the market started to pull back, but as you watch the primary wave come, what started happening with the underlying trend? Started moving lower. Look at the market. Moving. Finally, we got the underlying trend of the market below 1 on 8/15 of 2023. And look at that. Now the underlying trend of the market is down. And what did the market do? This is why looking at the underlying trend of the market is so important in being able to effectively use these calls back and forth. Now, let's move it to the most current time. We currently have a primary wave up. What's going on with the MTI? It is below 1. The underlying trend of the market is still down at this point. Do we panic? No. Look at what's going on. The market's moving higher. The underlying trend of the market is below 1, but what is it doing? Moving higher. Well, we all know that these chip stocks, AI stocks have reported, big tech stocks, some of them hit, some of them are missed, but there's some euphoria in the market right now. People still think we're going to get interest rate cuts. I'm not going to discuss that right now. Just follow me on the YouTube channel. I talk a lot about that if you want to know more about that. But as the market is moving higher, last 3 days though, moving sideways, but I do like that the MTI is rising. It is not above 1 yet, so the underlying trend of the market is not in an uptrend. We're getting close, but close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. And trading in the market, this ain't hand grenades, this ain't horseshoes. So when you look at the two, again, market moved off of the high, down, market moved down, primary wave down here, underlying trend in the market a couple of days went below. What did the market do? Put these two together, you'll have a propensity of just which way the market should move based on our indicators. Folks, the simplicity behind what I just explained is going to prove a big role in making sure that you stay in the right side of the market. Even when we decide to move a little bit of sideways, look at that underlying trend of the market. What did the market do? It kept moving up till it found a high. It came off of the high and fell. Market started falling, got a primary wave up, but look at the underlying trend of the market. Hadn't gone below 1 yet, but a few days later it did, and the market proceeded to fall even further. Folks, This is just the tip of the iceberg when we start to talk about navigating trends. This is just one of our many different market timing calls that you can use to take advantage of being on the right side of the market at all times. And remember, we do have market timing calls no matter how you invest in the market. Folks, hopefully this made a lot of sense to you, opened up a lot of doors, turned on a lot of lights to make you or give you the ability to use the program to be able to do exactly what you want to do and know what other people don't know who don't have VectorVest. Folks, this video is over. Until the next time, see ya.